Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for July 2nd, 2023. Ton of stuff going on this week in all of the different franchises. We have news for Masterpiece, Transformers, Legends, Transformers, and of course Mainline and some surprises. More on this Thundercats Super 7 Cats Lair. A lot of people have been doing some sleuthing on this and some adjusting brightness and stuff, but it's getting pretty interesting. Ramen Toy has come out with some reveals. We're going to be showing that off. Some really cool stuff, including the first figure of the new line that is going to be called Titanium Titans. We had an Indiana Jones live stream that only featured 6-inch figures. We are going to talk about this. There is some good in this. More turtle products to talk about. Not a whole lot. A little bit. Interesting stuff. There's a Jurassic Park CROWDFUND, I guess you could say, with Mattel Creations, and it's not looking too popular just yet. I'm going to talk about this. It's one of those things that, is there enough hardcore collectors to support it? And literally, this is all the Star Wars news. I am going to talk about some Star Wars stuff, but this is literally all the real Star Wars news this week. We'll talk about this some more coming up. Alright, starting off with some stuff at Show Z. This is the Toy Easy Metal Souls series Tiger 1 Tank, or just Tiger Tank, I guess. This is $1 deposit, no price just yet. Made of ABS, PVC, and alloy, a little under 8 inches tall. Due out in December of this year. And last week, these went up for pre-order, and they're already coming in stock. They're coming soon. Got mine paid for. This is the Magic Square MSB 37A Shovel, Scrapper, and Mixmaster. So with this, these are supposed to have a metallic paint. They are supposed to be metallic colored, metallic paint. I don't know until I get them in hand if they're really painted or they just look that color, but they are more vibrant than the first go around, and they're coming pretty quick. And there's this MPH 1/100th scale trailer for Optimus Prime and Roller with accessories. So this is pretty interesting. There's no price just yet. $1 down. This is going to include the trailer for Optimus Prime, jetpack for Optimus Prime, roller, maintenance station, 1/100th doll is what they call it. So anyway, golden hand for MPH SO1. Due out in fourth quarter. Hey, we're just hitting third quarter, the beginning of third quarter, so it's due out sometime in fourth quarter. Anything that was up for pre-order in second quarter of 2023 is technically late now. Okay, so getting into some Masterpiece news. This is a rumor, classified as rumor, but this always looks just like this. Then there's some really high-end pictures, detailed pictures coming next week. So this is the Redeco Diaclone Yellow Trailbreaker, but it looks more like Hoist to me, but okay, whatever. Trailbreaker is the Diaclone version, is what they're saying right here. But I think it does look pretty interesting, and I don't see this in yellow very often, so it may be something interesting. But this isn't the only thing. This is not the only thing going on for Takara in the Masterpiece line. They're doing something even more interesting. They're putting back out MP44. Now, obviously, this is considered rumor. This is the toy version, so it should have some shiny, maybe metallic leg pieces. I know there was a lot of paint scrape on some people's waist areas and the yellow and all that. So if they did this vac metalized, it could be a lot of problems. But anyway, we get more details on it next week. Does it come with the trailer? Does it come with all the accessories? Is it going to be bare bones? Is it going to be under $200? There's a lot of questions. So will be interesting to find out more details next week. So I'm going to lump this into Masterpiece. This is an early sample of the RoboSyn Optimus Prime. This is the Rise of the Beast Signature Series Limited Edition Optimus Prime. And so the thing with this one is that it will have Bluetooth control, customized programming, actions, mini theater, and with that there is the mini theater is something I didn't really know about, but it's more lengthy scenes played out by it, and so they're kind of enhancing that. Since it doesn't transform, it's going to do a lot of other features even deeper than they did with the first one, but pretty interesting, looks pretty solid, voice controlled, and this is a test or a sample. It will be different for the actual release. 3.0 is teasing their Skywarp and Thundercracker, so this is the MDLX line. These, I believe those are 7-inch. If I'm keeping up with it straight, they should be about the same size as the rest of them. And so if you're in on the Starscream, you're probably in on these two. And so that's something that should be coming. There should be more information on them in the future. There's a Masterpiece scaled Optimus Prime statue coming from a different company official Numbskull website. So this is $175 and it stands right around 10 to 10.5 inches tall. So 10.8 inches tall, and it is made of PVC and ABS, and it is a replica, but it looks very, very cartoonish and painted very well. They're also making a Nintendo Switch case. If that interests you, then you might want to check out this company, Numbskull. Lupus is shipping out. It's not just a rumor or coming soon. It is actually shipping right now. Mine is shipping from ShowZ, and this one is a picture from, I think, Toy Dojo. So with that, it's pretty exciting. I actually have the KO on order also, so I'll be doing a comparison of that, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. ShowZ does not carry the KO of this or the alternate version, but I have no idea when that one's coming. Okay, so Primal Studios is putting out this double statue of Optimus Primal from the Rise of the Beast, and it's both modes, and it looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. Appears to have some light up gimmick to it, which a lot of these statues do. So very interesting looking right there. If you're interested in this, there should be more information coming. It doesn't have pricing yet or availability and all of that, but it's still very interesting type of a statue that's coming out very soon. Okay, so Hasbro is partnering up with ZC World to put out League of Steel Optimus Prime figure. This is $350 plus $80 shipping, due out in November of 2023. I don't know if you'd actually call it a figure or a statue. It's interesting looking at, to say the least. It's like big and bulky, but that's a lot of money. So I'm sure the people that collect this, I'm sure there's other things that they're going to put this with, but it's made of vinyl and PVC, and this is a prototype. Final product may vary. So we've got some in-hand pictures of 3.0 MDLX Megatron. This is actually quite impressive. Very nice looking figure overall. It is a stylized version of Megatron, and it does look different, but it does look really cool. This is an amazing picture right here. Obviously this doesn't transform, does not turn into the Walther P-38. Somehow we've got that back behind there. Really cool, awesome overall. And so with that, if you're into this, then you might want to pick it up. 3.0. Yellow Park is putting out their AMK series Rise of the Beast Cheetor model kit, and this is a gray prototype of the Cheetor from the Rise of the Beast, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty clean, and it's a lower price point than some of the other stuff they're doing. It's not cheap, but it's a lower price point because you have to put it together. Okay, before I get into this next picture, I do want to say that my heart goes out to the family members of those who were lost in this Titan sub Ocean Gate thing. So before I go any further, some preface here I want to say, and I also want to say that, I'm not sure what to say in this inverted politically correct climate that we're operating through, and I don't know where the freedom of speech lies this day and age on social media with the regime and stuff, but I want to show this. Third-party Masterpiece company coming out of the blue, making a Decepticon imploder, and it's going to come with a Battle Master low-tech, and I think, humor, laughter is the best remedy there, but I saw this, I thought that was kind of funny with all the stuff that's going on these days. This is a Photoshop, an obvious Photoshop, but the truth is that you can actually own that specific controller. It's an Ollie's exclusive. It's only $5.99 at Ollie's. Well, there's a lot of good deals at Ollie's, but anyway, yeah, I went too far, or did I go too deep? So I don't know if this classifies as Masterpiece, or if this even classifies as Transformers. But anyway, there's allegedly, theoretically, a possible KO of the Lego Voltron that might be showing up somewhere. Anyhow, I kind of avoid the Lego stuff because I don't like my stuff looking digitized like the Lego look. But I saw this in person, and I think it looks fantastic in person. The picture doesn't do it any justice. And so ever since I saw one in person, I've been wanting one, but the prices are like $400 to $500 on the secondary market, and I'm not paying that. So if this KO shows up, of course I'll tell you about it, but I will also pick it up and review it. Getting into some legends, this is the Iron Factory G2 Leadfoot, and I think it looks pretty good as a recolor of the Mirage. Is that all right? Is that where I'm at with it? But it still looks pretty interesting overall, and that's what it looks like in the bot mode. This is what it looks like in the alt mode, and it does look like they've changed some stuff. It's not exactly just a repaint, so that's good. And that's kind of consistent with what Iron Factory usually does, but G2 Leadfoot. Pangu Toys is making a clear version, which I did not see this last week, so this is technically new news. So this is the PT-02F defensive fort, and that's pretty cool. I'm always worried about clear plastic holding up, but I gotta say, with all of the vintage toy lines that are clear, it's pretty interesting to see modern stuff getting made in clear. You don't see it as much these days as we did in the 80s. So Dr. Wu is making their version of a wheeljack, and it looks pretty cool. A very small old man just asked if it can stand. If you can stand for it. So this is, it doesn't look bad considering how extremely tiny these are. These are not legends, they are sub-legends, and then the car looks pretty. Again, this is renders or drawings or something along those lines, CAD designs, so it's not an actual product just yet, but still pretty interesting and exciting, along with their roller they revealed this week. Okay, so New Age has put out more pictures of their sludge. This one is a clear one, so they've got a standard one, the clear one, and they're doing a whole lot of other stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of demand for clear out there or over here, and I think it looks pretty good. And I think the standard one looks good also. Let's see this alt mode, because Dinobots need to be in their dino modes. If they're going to be having a lot of fun, there it is. And yeah, it looks great. I think this really does look like a good sludge. Okay, so we've got pictures of the Retro series, the movie Kickback, in the package. And so I guess that since it's in the package, we don't get to see the figure, so at all. I guess is that the way it is. So with that, though, this is, I believe it's still a Walmart exclusive for now. And I also know that they're talking about a Thundercracker, but we haven't seen anything in my area other than Starscream. So they are probably still the $35 price point and all of that, and this is repainted to look more like the cartoon instead of the original toy. Alright, so we've got some in-hand pictures of our movie Ironhide and Prowl Dead series, and this is the buzzworthy Bumblebee. Looks pretty good. In some ways, I think these look better than the original characters of figures or molds that they were originally based on. But they do have the unattractive scarring from dying. So there's that problem. But aside from that, I do like the color of the window colors and all of those kinds of things. Let's have a look at these in their alt modes and see how bad they look in their alt modes. Yeah, there's a broken windshield. You can't fix that. And then there's a best up hood on. So anyway, on Prowl. Interesting looking overall, pretty good set. A reason to put these back out so you can get them again. And still, if you have the original ones, you feel special too, right? Another update on a buzzworthy Bumblebee. This one here is buzzworthy Bumblebee Universe Tow Line. Is that what it's? Tow Line? So I'm not too familiar with this character, but it's 2000 Universe. Robots in Disguise. And so that's why I'm not 100% sure who this is, but it's still pretty cool. It's just a remake of, I think it comes Scrapper or something along those lines, of this new Junkion. So we've got some updates on the Hazlab Deathsaurus, and this is the prototype first look, and it looks pretty good. I thought the design looked good when they were showing it during the funding campaign. This one wasn't for me because I'm going with the Masterpiece skeleton. I don't need multiples of this, but I still think it's pretty cool. Those who are getting this are getting a pretty solid, nice little pair up with their Star Saber or Victory Saber, so looking pretty good overall. Also, they showed pictures of these little figures. I think some of them they were just like, we're just going to throw these in for you. So if that's how it went. I didn't watch this campaign too close because I didn't have any money on this. I didn't have anything riding on it. So I just covered the information as it came out. So I don't really remember as much. But if I have money riding on it, I know a little bit more about it. Keep up with it better. And I thought this was an interesting picture, an interesting shot, and just a way to kind of have that little Energon bow and arrow kind of thing going on. So, pretty cool. Looks good. Yes, with Deathsaurus, I have no skin in the game. I have skin in the game on this one because I pre-ordered it. And I couldn't believe it. Well, I guess I can, but Hasbro Pulse is already sold out. But that's, don't fret. Entertainment Earth, BBTS, and other places around have it. Any place that sells Hasbro product has it. So, just Pulse, for whatever reason, sells out really fast. So, I think they sell the least number quantity of these. I think this overall set looks good and appeals to me. If you collect both lines, it's like, okay, great. We get two decent figures. I didn't point out when I talked about this the other day, but Zartan is... He doesn't have any of the clear chest piece and the leg pieces, which is a disappointment to me. And then Zorana has different arms. And somebody had told me that in the vintage line, Zorana, and Zartan all have the exact same arms, just repainted. So I didn't know that, but that's what somebody had pointed out to me. So anyway, still kind of cool. I think this is an excellent set. I'm in on it. But it's $100. It's a lot of money. It's the most expensive of all of them. But I feel like it's the best. I think it's done right. But it's got two figures too. So that's pretty cool. And looking at this back. And here is the alt mode. And the alt mode does look... It looks solid. Now, the front grille does kind of look a little strange being so thick. But I think it's going to be solid. If you see a lot of these broken ones on the vintage ones, and then you say, well, I'm glad this thing isn't going to be as fragile and break. Here's the box, the package. I don't think I showed that last time. So you're not going to actually see the figures. You're just going to have a picture of them on the front and hope they match. But really, it's cool and it's interesting. This is one where they could have packaged it because they're going to have retro-style packaging also, I believe. By the way, Hasbro said death to O-rings. It's all over. Well, they said pause. So there was a live stream. There was a 40th anniversary Hazlab current and future toys with the marketing team. Some of this stuff we've already heard, but I'm just going to tread through it real quick. So there's a collaboration with their partners from Hasbro that make different things for Transformers. They have the license. They've shared the G1 toys with them, so they have made it available that they could make those molds, I guess. So they can actually make G1 toys if they want to. That's my understanding, but it says that version but no transformation. So they can make G1 toys that don't transform but look just like G1. That's my understanding. So anyway, with that rolls right into retro molds. They don't have all of the molds available that they're going to use. Obviously, if they don't have the mold, they don't want to make a new mold to make the figure, so they're just not going to make the figure. That's what's going on with that. And then they asked if we can make a Megatron that turns into a gun, and they said no, it cannot turn into a gun because of the red tape and all of that. They also said that they have a HasLab planned to be revealed sometime this year, and it's almost like they hinted that it's going to be Metroplex. It's Autobot City or Metroplex. I don't know. Am I reading that right, or am I way off? But then they also talked about leaks, and there's all these leaks. They're saying that they don't like it, but their retail partners like it because it creates excitement. So that's why they don't do anything about leaks, because the retail partners like it, and that's good for business, according to them. And also that they used Velocitron Wave 2 as a stopgap filler between Rise of the Beast, because it was delayed. Now I plug this in as a story because I have mine coming. This is the Studio Series Snarl Leader Class, the fourth one. And since, I gotta tell you, I have seen a lot of sludge, but I've never saw them really on a sale or a clearance, and just got them a little off of it for beat up box. So I just went and pre-ordered this because I feel like they're making less and less and less lower quantities as the sales are diminishing in all of these, which is part of why the prices stay high, so they make less and less product. So I think it might be harder to get this one, and then by the time Swoop comes out, really hard to get Swoop. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't had any trouble finding stuff at retail for Transformers because the product turns over and rotates faster than any other toy line on the toy aisle. But I kind of fear for this, and I want to finish this team. So I pre-ordered it. It's in stock at BBTS. Now it's sold out at BBTS. So there's a few things going on with Ramen Toy. This is their Mademoiselle for their Titanium Titans figure. And I am really excited about it. This will be vac metallized or electroplated or really, really shiny. That is the plan. Now, it's still not guaranteed. That is the expectation with this line, because they really want it to stand out. They want it to look amazing, and they want to give fans what they want. Fans want back metal eyes. They want shiny. They want mirror finish, and so they're working on it. And I heard all of the stuff that it takes to make it work and not rub off and break down. It's pretty complicated, but I'm excited, and I look forward to seeing how this turns out. Beautiful render, looks fantastic. I'm really excited. So this is what's called the Green Beret head sculpt. If you collect G.I. Joe Classified, you might find one figure you're not happy with the head sculpt and say, this might fit that. This might work. Well, this might work very well. So fantastic. I think this head sculpt is amazing. I am highly impressed with it, and it's just one of those things. I would like to buy like a head sculpt pack, but I think it's the other ones are generally like $12 that they sell of the early bird order, and then maybe like 14 when they come in or something like that. If you wait, they'll come in. I don't have the price on this yet. That's kind of what we've seen in the past, but really a great head sculpt. They also re-engineered the Marshall to have a butterfly in the shoulders, so I thought it already was there, but maybe I didn't see it just right. But it looks like it's going to have quite a bit of articulation. It's a great looking figure. Really excited. For the first time we get an upgrade to this franchise, the Marshall, and that's another exciting figure coming from Ramen Toy. Alright, Super 7, last week the news broke about them putting out a Cat's Lair for Thundercats Ultimates. Now, through the grapevine, everyone said it's Ultimates. I don't know why they would bother doing it for Reaction. Do it for Ultimates. Do it for Ultimates, and if you have a Reactions collection you want to put in there, you can still put it in there, and it would still fit. The figures would fit. It would be fine, in my opinion. So, definitely not for Reaction, and so people have taken pictures that are out and brightened them up. And so they've been ultra brightened up. This is what we've got. This does look like the Kidworks version. When I first saw this, I thought that mirrors the Kidworks version, and I've done a review on the Kidworks one, so it's kind of like in my mind of how it looks. And so with that, it's just going to be way bigger. I'm guessing it's going to be about 36 to 38 inches tall, $650, and I hope it has electronics in it, light up eyes and stuff, but nobody knows too much about this just yet. And so I think it looks pretty cool, pretty interesting, pretty exciting, and it's going more for a cartoon, but not super deep in the cartoon. It's their own stylization of the cartoon. And Brian Flynn said there's going to be one major area for them to display and do their kind of stuff, but who knows? Who knows what they got planned for this thing? And BBTS is already getting these into stock. They're not due out till August, and it's, well, at the very end of June is when I've got my in-stock email from them, and so this is Wave 2. Now, there's a few things that concern me about this. I'm going to go over it real quick. First of all, I don't see it anywhere on Walmart.com. Maybe I just am not finding it, and I can't find it anywhere on Target.com. And I've looked in every angle, every way I could. Now, Wave 1 is not on clearance in any Walmart that I see, but it's on clearance. Wave 1's on clearance on Amazon, and I'll try to put the link, an Amazon link down there, because they're the cheapest, like $13.50. And they're also on clearance at Target for Wave 1. Now, the Wave 1 Chase, or the short pack one, is Bobby and Uni, and then this one, the short pack, is Presto. But I'm really excited about just getting this finished up, and I feel like once this is out, it's over. Nothing else is coming for this line. That sucks, because there's so much more they could do, but the Wave 1 sales are so extremely poor that they've already had the Wave 2 planned. There's absolutely no plans past that from what I see. Now, there is this. So this is kind of interesting here. I'm not 100% into it, but I'm starting to think about it price-wise. You get 6 figures, well, 7 if you count Uni. So you get the whole squad in whatever you call this, like Lego-looking figures, but they're called Minimates, and they're $50. It looks like it's $50 for all of it. So, am I wrong? Am I right? Or are they $50 per two? But it says $50 and it shows a whole bunch of figures. So I've got to look closer into that. But this is a Diamond Select Toys release. And these Minimates, if you know about Minimates, then I guess you know about them. I have nothing to do with these. But since I was talking about it, I figured I'd show you. You could look into it if you want it. Alright, I want to edit this in. I did a little more digging. They are $45 each on Pulse. And this right here, this set here is $45 if you want to get it. It's the bad guys too. So pretty cool. You're not getting all this with the standard line. All right, Good Smile Company is bringing us the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Figma Link figure revealed at Anime Expo 23. Stay tuned for more information. Now, I've seen some Link figures, but this thing actually looks like a solid action figure and has the aesthetic that's a more mature aesthetic. So I think this is a really solid figure. I haven't bought any of those or collected any of those, but this really caught my eye because it looks good and it looks very mature. Speaking of looking good, we got the Wild Bill in more of a toy-esque getup, and he looks good. We haven't seen him painted yet till now, and this absolutely looks fantastic. And so they've done a really good job with them. They've done a great job with all of these pictures that they take. Really amazing. And there's speculation they're going to make a cartoon accurate one for the main line, which they should, because I really don't think you should hide figures behind a paywall. Variants of figures behind a paywall is fine, just not a character like this. You'd want a Wild Bill on your shelf, right? And then here it is all painted up, and the actual Dragonfly looking amazing. Actually, I've placed my order for the 3 that I'm getting. I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna see this thing unlock all of them, I believe, by the end of the campaign. And if it only hits 20, it only hits 20,000. That's great. All right, so the crowdfunding going on for Mattel Creations is this Jurassic Park, and you get a gate for $250, and it's going to come with the Explorer, the Ford Explorer, which is just going to have a different number. It's like 04 instead of 05 or something along those lines. And then you get those markers as an early bird. I hate early bird, and Hasbro didn't do it with the Dragonfly, and they did fine. And this early bird is just terrible because you tie your money up early on. It's different if they don't bill you to the end of it, but they bill you instantly, and that sucks. And then they've already, from my understanding, this is a reissue with a repaint, slightly different head sculpt of a dinosaur, which is an unlocked tier, and so are the figures are an unlocked tier with the goat, and so are the fences. You just get a gate with this. $250 doesn't sound bad. If you knew you were going to get all of it, then it sounds like it's not bad. But the chance that you could literally just end up with a gate and the Explorer and you spend $250, that doesn't sound great at all. All right, so all these turtles are available to order online at Target.com. And it's really cool that you're able to just go on Target and order this stuff and it not be out of stock. Well, some of it might be, I guess, but from my understanding, it should all still be there. And with that, I actually ordered a Casey Jones online, but I found it in the store, so I snagged it. And then when mine came in online, I just returned it because, and it took a while. It actually took a couple days for somebody to get around to buying it. Thought that was strange. But anyway, still some cool stuff going on here. I don't know how deep that NECA could keep going and this stuff keeps selling, but it all looks amazing. And they're putting out a 15-inch quarter scale version, which is only 3 inches bigger than these 12-inch ones that they have going on at the Walmart. Are they 12-inch with Walmart and Target? They each have their own 2 exclusives. I don't have the Walmart ones yet, but anyhow. I think this looks amazing. And there's a whole lot of cool stuff you can do. You swap out the top of the head or the bottom of the mouth or the head. The top of the head is my understanding. You can swap it all around, and it's not just the entire head. So there's more stuff you can do with this because it's bigger, and I guess that's how it goes. But it looks amazing, and NECA does amazing work. But this is this Playmates? No, this is NECA. This is not Playmates. This is NECA. Awesome job. So this is something interesting I come across as Playmates Mutating Raph. Playmates is doing a lot right now, and I guess Turtles is their number one thing they got going on, I guess. So anyhow, this is only at Target. They turned from a turtle into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, so that's something. Is this a reissue they made before? Is this different than what they made before? I don't really know. I remember seeing some gimmick similar to this back in the day. Maybe it's just putting out the same exact mold like they like to do, which is fine, I guess. Fine. So we saw this, I think, at last year's SDCC, but now it's up for pre-order. I thought this has been up for pre-order, but whatever. This is talking about it's up for pre-order. So this is Baby Sinclair, Earl Sinclair. It's a baby with a not the mama. And I think it's kind of cool that they're putting these figures out with that whole chemistry of not the mama, and Earl. And these are the dinosaurs from the 90s, dinosaurs show. And, you know, NECA's the only one's going to make something like this. So that's pretty cool. And it's cool that they're making them. I'm not sure if I'm in on them just yet. I probably will for sure get the baby, though. Not the mama. Okay, so we saw some Indiana Jones stuff. They had an Indiana Jones live stream. It did not have any Retro Series figures in it, and so it's starting to make you wonder what's going to happen to Retro Series. But with this, the Adventure Series, we get all these figures here. The Build and Artifact. This is a good one. Like, I was sitting there thinking, what would they do? And in my mind, doing this, I thought, you know, it's a big, giant wall of stuff, in my opinion. But just scaling it down and just giving you this, I think that works. I mean, it's a build and it's a throw in. You got a $25 figure, you throw this in, or $20 in a $5 part, or however you want to look at it. So I think that works. That works pretty well. And this overall setup looks pretty good. I think it's a great way to do some world building without, of course, making vehicles. Are they going to make vehicles in this scale? And here they are with Indiana Jones and Elsa Schneider and the Grail Knight, Henry Jones Sr., Jurgen Voller, and then Ronaldo. So this is all the stuff that's coming soon to a hopefully Target and Walmart near you. I don't see Indiana Jones stuff at Walmart. Is Walmart just going to skip this whole thing? Are they feeling like they got burned on Dungeons and Dragons and said we're sitting this one out? Is that what's going on? Because I don't know. So some sleuthing was done to find out what all this meant from this Hasbro Pulse post on, I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, wherever the heck they post this stuff. But everyone seems to think that this is evidence that we're going to get the Ghost from Rebels, and that's going to be their Hazlab. So we'll see if that's true or not. The text converts over to saying, ship diagnostic complete, laser cannon turret ready, forward cannons ready, rear cannons ready. So, looks like the Ghost 3-pack should be shipping soon this week. And for those of you who bought the first two and want the third one, then you got to buy this 3-pack. You just can't get it any other way. Which, I don't know about. I don't like that. I mean, I like the packaging a lot. I like that. But I don't like that you can't just get the Ghost Anakin and complete your set. So if you've been collecting all along, then you've been done dirty. If you've been a faithful customer, you've been done dirty because now you got to buy them all again to get one figure. So that is kind of a dirty scheme that they put together there. Wait, maybe they'll do a separate release with the Sebastian Shaw head that you buy by itself, so true OG fans can have what they want. I mean, probably not. So if you were interested in this Doc Ondar figure, it's delayed. I've seen people with it in their hand though, so I'm not sure how they got a hold of it early. Shop Disney has started to send out notifications to those who pre-ordered this exclusive Black Series Doc Ondar figure. Is now expected to release towards the end of August. So when are we going to get Hammerhead? And I'm interested in that. So what do you think about this week's weekly news and review? What else is going on out there that's really cool that I don't know about? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hanger out.